It is for gold medal at 97 kilos. Abdulrashid Sadzhalayev, what he has done at the Continental Championship, unmatched. 6 European golds, 26-0 records, 16 of those by technical superiority. And he has went through some of the best that this continent has to offer. 5 wins over Olympic medalists, 8 over world medalists. And if he wins tonight, it would be 9. Eric, as you look at him and his return, we saw him in the ranking series earlier this year, now at the European Championships. How has he adapted? Has he changed at all from the last time we saw him winning the World and Olympic Championship?
No, and that's the crazy part. As he continues to get older, he's as dominant as he was in 2014 when he won his first world title. He just hasn't slowed down. And you'd think that the time he spent only wrestling from a domestic standpoint, really from 2022 on, would slow him down, but he just continues to get better in these young up and
Vaqt keldi. Ötүү керек. O bank жана O жаңы кардарлары үчүн. Дароо 200 гигабайт жана 200 сом алгыңыз келеби? Каалаган Остор дүкөнүнө кошулуп, кош бонусту алыңыз. Биз менен сизби? Досторуңузду чакырыңыз жана ар бир досуңуз үчүн 200 сомдон алыңыз. O bank жана O өтүүгө жана биз менен болууга эң ыңгайлуу учур.
Coming Russian guys from the UWW team continue to chase him, and there's always stories coming out that there's a potential Sadzhalayev is going to lose to this guy, and then you watch the wrestle-offs, and it just doesn't happen. He hasn't slowed down. He's still as offensive as he was. He's still as powerful as he was, and it's great to see at his age for him to still be on top is something that is truly remarkable.
Cakulov will go on the activity clock. So 30 seconds on the board. Sadzhalayev scoreless halfway through this first period. I watched the interview after he won the ranking series event with your staff, and he mentioned that this Continental Championship was important to him. And this was a tournament that he was not a part of. As you see, that long range straight on double here by Cakulov. How about that? He came from a mile away. He's able to get the 2, but now Sadzhalayev comes around the side. He'll get the reversal. And now this is where it could be tough for Cakulov. Sadzhalayev trying to dig his arms in, and he has it locked up. The gut wrench, 1 turn. Here's a 2nd turn. He'll come back for a 3rd time. Just like that. He explodes for 3 turns off the gut, and it's a 7-2 lead.
So special to see. And he looks over to the 2, and they're going to challenge this. I'm not sure. I was wondering how long they were going to wait for it to challenge. So Cakulov gets to this double, and he does put Sadzhalayev on his rear end, which when you see it from that perspective, I think it's a pretty clear exposure there. So it would be 2 and 1, 2 for the exposure and then 1 for the reversal. And then you add 3 more guts. So 7-2 would correctly be the score. Right there.
Yeah, I think that's exposure, that's danger, less than 90 degrees on that. So you would think that would be the 2 like it was called on the mat. Challenge coming from Sadzhalayev in his corner. But going back to the point as they take multiple looks at this, he told your staff at the ranking series event this was important for him. That's why he did the ranking, because he wanted a shot to come back at this Continental. Why now for Sadzhalayev, and why do you think this championship was important for him?
I think with Kaniev coming up, the young and up-and-comer from the UWW team, and all the hype that he had around him, put a lot of pressure on Sadzhalayev to show up at that ranking series event, and he actually defeated him in the gold medal bout. But then to come back here from an international perspective, he needed a win. And his legacy, you think, with what he's missed over the last few years with the Paris Olympic Games, Akhmet Tajdinov winning there, multiple world championships, for him, he wants to get back on top and prove to everybody that, yes, there's a lot of discussion around Arash Yoshida and Kyle Snyder and Azapira, but at the end of the day, you mentioned it in the opening, he is still the king of this weight class.
They are taking a good, long, hard look at this exchange as you're following along in real time as our independent judge, our replay official, taking multiple different looks from different angles to decide how they are going to score this. And it looks like they have reached a verdict.
Challenge decision of Mat B. Blue is attacking wrestler and he puts his opponent to danger. This is 2 point blue. After that, for the reversal, 1 point red and 3 times gut range. All points are confirmed and challenge lost.
So no surprise there, just like we thought. The 3 turns, the reversal. So a 1, 2, 2, and 2 for Sadulayev. The initial 2 off that long-range double from Cakulov stands as well. The lost challenge point to Cakulov, and it's 7-3. Look at the space between these two.
Contact blue.
And what I like about Cakulov is this double that he's been bringing. He's shooting it from open space, and we talked, you and I, earlier today about the double that he hit on Givi Maturashvili to tech him in the semifinals, and it all started with that open space double, and then he immediately went down low, and this was something that we hadn't seen from Bat in a long time, is him getting back to this movement on his feet. It's refreshing to see, because he got into a period of his career where he would just fall into a lull with his offense.
Shaking his head as he comes to the corner, down 7-3. Look at Cakulov, a 2-time continental medalist. He won a world silver medal as well back in Belgrade at the 2022 World Championships. And a lot of people around Slovakia maybe think his best weight could possibly be 92 kilos and not the 97 that he's competing at. Although, as you see with this type of offense, he can win whether it's at 92 or 97. He's proven that. But then the gut wrench of Sadulayev. Doesn't take much. He gets those arms around you. It's lights out normally for the opponent. Second period, final match of the night. Head taps from both wrestlers, trying to measure the angle they want to approach this second period.
Contact blue.
Cakulov trying to change direction there. Both wrestlers shooting simultaneously. Almost like a pummeling there, and Greco, both upper bodies hit. You can hear the smack all the way up here. Sadulayev trying to cut off the corner for Cakulov, and he cannot get away. He got pinned in that danger zone area, and the step out point.
Cuts off space so well. Cakulov had no answer other than to back out of bounds. I'm just thinking, we also have now, when you think about this weight class, Olympic champions Kyle Snyder, Abdulrashid Sadulayev, Hassan Yazdani moved up.
He went up.
And Ahmed Tajidinov. So at the LA 2028 games, we could see a quarter of this weight class be Olympic champions heading into LA 2028 already.
We will need Jason Bryant to total up the number of medals among those 4 wrestlers that you mentioned from previous years.
And not to mention the up-and-coming Arash Yoshida, who has defeated he's defeated Azapira, Snyder, Tajidinov, and Maturashvili, who are all in that. So 4 Olympic medalists he's already defeated, and he's only has only, I say, but he was a world bronze medalist a season ago.
Yeah. It's going to be crazy on the West Coast. Back in the United States here in a couple of years. A lot of work to do before 28. World Championships coming up later this year in October in Bahrain. Inside a minute to go. Sadulayev kind of coasting in the second period behind his body of work in the opening 3 minutes.
Action.
See if Cakulov is Going to make the decision to let it fly now and take a gamble or two, just trying to find a way to latch on, lasso up to Sadulayev here in the closing 30 seconds.
How do you get past that right hand is the question.
Had to take a shot. You knew it was coming. Sadulayev sprang the trap. Sticks in a brief half and looks like he'll be content. He goes up 10-3.
Blue center.
Yeah, he knew Cakula had to come bring the fight to him, and he was waiting.
And he just keeps his hips back. You notice where his hips are at all times. He doesn't have to shoot, but beautiful.
He finishes with a 2, and he will end the match with technical superiority. He is back, and he is as good as ever. Abdulrashid Sadulayev, another European title. He picks up when we last saw him in Rome at these Continental Championships. And a 6-time European champ.
Just smiling from ear to ear, so happy that he's back. To think about, he's going to go down as one of the greatest of all time. We're lucky we get an opportunity to watch him.